Hello, Jade. Hi. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. How are you doing on this Wednesday morning?
I'm doing good. It's my daughter's first day of school, so I just dropped her off, had a little workout. So we're doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. I first wanted to start with a few weeks ago, you were a part of WWE's tour in Japan. How was that experience for you?
Amazing. At that, I came in a couple days earlier and I explored Tokyo before we went to the other city, and it was before we went to Osaka. So
Mhm.
it was amazing. I tried all the food. I know one of the things is going to 7-Eleven and going in there and just grabbing everything and trying everything. And I tried everything. The food is spectacular. The people are spectacular. Everything was, it was amazing. I had a great time. That's the only way I can say it.
Yeah, I saw you say on Twitter that you didn't want to come home, and I just, you're just like such an anime fan and stuff, and you must have just been so like the fashion and the culture.
It's my first time going to Japan. My husband had been to Japan prior, but I've never been to Japan. So I was drowning in it. I was trying to do any and everything. The crowds were different. The crowds were amazing. They had signs, I heard previously they were more on the quieter side, but they were live for our matches at least. Like they were alive, electrifying. I had a great time in Japan. Like I wish we could go back again, but I had a great time in Japan.
Well, just the past couple of months since you've been in WWE, you've wrestled in Japan, in France, in Scotland. You have SmackDown and Bash in Berlin coming up at the end of the month. How
Yep.
have you enjoyed this international experience and meeting fans from all over the world?
It feels amazing. I went to Mexico, I've been to Italy, I've been to Austria. And then again, we're going to win our belts back on well, let's see. We might win our belts back on a PLE, but you know we are. But we're gonna win our belts back on a PLE. It's exciting. It's
Mhm.
exciting, just to see the admiration and just to see the fan base, the different fan bases. I was in Saudi Arabia as well. I'm forgetting all these places.
Mhm.
But to see them stand in line and to see me in person and to see a woman of my stature just embody this experience, it's been electrifying. I can say that France was amazing. France was amazing. The crowd in Lyon was one of one. They were electrifying. Then Scotland came up. They turned up and turned out. Saudi Arabia turned up and turned out. It just shows you why we do this. It shows why we do this, and it makes us all grateful to be able to entertain people not just here in the United States but around the world and to be global superstars.
Well, I wanted to mention France to you because you lived there previously when you were
Yes.
modeling, right? So you win the tag team titles there. Was it like thinking about where you were before in your life living in France, and did you ever think that you'd be winning a WWE Championship in that country years later?
No, I played basketball at that. I was in Normandy, so I was in North France. But no, not in a million years would I ever think that. And that's one of the things I was thinking because I've only been to I've only been to Cannes in the south of France. So I've never
Mhm.
really explored the south of France like that. So or just only place I've been in other than that is like Paris. Like I've been to places, but I haven't like I've been there to work and leave. So at that, just to feel that again, and I hadn't been to France since I worked there. So I was like, wow, like I'm here to work again. At that, I'm a tag team title is on the line here. I have to make the best out of the situation. Who gets this? Nobody gets this. And being that I had previous history there, I invited some friends who took the train all the way down
Mhm.
and to see me work, and they couldn't believe. They actually sat back and was like, this is who you are now. This is crazy. Like I would have never imagined you, the basketball Jade and the wrestling Jade are two different Jades. So for them to see that, we talked all night after the show and just like, how do I feel and how was the transition? They were so proud of me. My family is so proud of me. And a couple of my teammates came down and watched me as well, and they couldn't believe it either.
Wow, that's awesome. At the end of October and November, you're going to be like on the road in the UK with that tour. So, what are your expectations for just like that process of being on the road and visiting different cities over here?
Oh man. Well, I expect UK to turn up and turn out because every country so far has been electrifying. Like I said, Lyon, France was electrifying. I'm expecting Germany at the end of this month at Bash in Berlin, and that SmackDown also before that Bash in Berlin to turn up and go crazy as well. Scotland was crazy, Saudi Arabia is crazy, Mexico is crazy. So I know that UK will bring that craziness as well and the crazy signs. As for us, if you guys do your part, we're gonna do our part and go out there and have amazing matches and go out there and perform for you guys like you've never seen before.
You signed to WWE in September, and you're the first signing of this TKO era.
Yeah.
And you've previously like been open in the past about talks with WWE and balancing it with being a mother and your career, and that's obviously something that's very important and to you. What was different like this time around that let you know you were able to do it here?
Yes, being under Paul, I think, obviously I've never worked here before, but being under Paul and his regime, he understands family. We're able to be home and be here for these special events. And if not, we can bring our families with us because one thing I talk about my coworkers all the time is, this is a lot. It's a lot. We have lives going on. We probably spend 2, 3 days at home, but we share ourselves with the WWE universe. And I'm a very active mother. I love going to all my daughter's recitals. I love, like today was her first day of school, but we have such a phenomenal head at our company that he understands that we need to be there for these pivotal moments. For example, today, hey, I have my daughter's first day of school. This is very important to me. I like to be there. Okay, well, I want you to be there for your daughter's first day of school. You don't have to do X, Y, and Z. And we fit this PR into today. And this was easy to do compared to flying somewhere and being able to do other things and missing out on my daughter's first day of school. They understand family and they understand you need a support system in this career. This time around, I can say I have more of a balance to myself, being that I got a course in how wrestling is, because previously I'm going in blind. I didn't have any wrestling friends prior to getting to wrestling. I didn't work on the indies. I just came in head down and just did what I had to do. So being that I'm at a company now when I'm at a company that understands the priority that family has on your health, on your mental, they make sure that we're there for the important things in your household. They understand that your family has to be there for you as well. So I can say Paul and everybody else in the front office and Nick Khan, they make sure that family is first.
Mhm. According to Cage Match, you're on 94 matches now. Starting with the one you had with Shaq.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, do you feel like you're entering triple figures? And if you weren't aware of that, like you're in 6 matches time, you need to have a celebration.
Yeah, okay. So I need somebody out there to remind me it's 6 matches because I have to remember. Because understand, I've only been working 3 and some change. That's it. That's it. And a lot of my coworkers, I remember, for example, my match in Scotland, the least amount that anybody else worked was 10 years. And I think that was Bianca. That was 10 years. And I'm in the ring with experienced veterans of women who have worked double whatever
Yeah.
I've done, triple of whatever I've done. And they've been in a lot of stressful situations, and I'm able to be in there and do what I'm doing. So, and prior to coming here, I believe I was at 63 matches ever. So in a span of because Royal Rumble was my first appearance. So I've been signed since September. Royal Rumble was my first appearance, but I didn't work consistently until after Mania. So in these months, I've wrestled so many matches compared to like 2.5 years. That's wild to me. That is wild to me. And I'm only going to get better. Like I'm only going to get better. But I need somebody to remind me that when my 100th match is, because I feel like people at NXT, they get their 100th match within like their first year, maybe.
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken. And a lot of people on the indies, especially in Japan, they get their 100th match in like a couple of months.
Mhm.
So obviously I have a lot to grow with. I have a lot to learn, but geez, just to hear that, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible that you came in without any experience or having indie work or matches. Was it kind of hard for you, or how did you deal with it mentally coming in to AEW and knowing that you were basically getting the Goldberg treatment? Like no one was beating you. Was it kind of hard knowing how to carry yourself when there's people there that like there may be resentment or something that they worked for a really long time, and you're coming in and it's like, well, Jade's not losing. This is what we're doing with her.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all because at the end of the day, it's a job. You know what you
Mhm.
sign up for. It is what it is. Anybody would love to be in my position. If anything, I would say it's more pressure on my shoulders rather than somebody else because I've always had a microscope on me, regardless of everything. And I can literally go out there and do the same thing that someone did in the previous match, and somebody's gonna zoom in and say, "Nope, her foot wasn't right. Nope." Like, and it's like I did the same. I've been like, for example, previously I've done all kind of moves. You can Google my name and see how many moves I've done. But for some reason, people think I've only had 2 moves. And it's like, no, if you go look at my plethora of moves, you can see I have a solid move set. I choose when to work it. And then I have to at that, they have to understand like I coexist with someone too. I can't go out there and do established moves that anybody else are doing or that she's doing, or we have to coexist. We have to work together. If she's doing something, I'm not going to do that move. So I have to coexist with not just her, but my coworkers as well. Um, I would say it's more of a pressure on myself than anybody else. Like, yeah, I'm sorry to see that, but at the end of the day, it's a job that we all sign up for.
Mhm.
I have more pressure, I believe, on my shoulders than anybody else because I'm under a microscope. Because for some reason, people think that I guess I don't want to be here, but I'm here, but I don't have to do this. I can sit home and be with my lovely family and travel the world. And I would love to be off the coast. My dream is to be off the coast of Italy on a boat and no one to know anything about me and just live my life. And I can do that right now, but I choose to break my body because I love what I'm doing. So, um, I wouldn't say like this is me being selfish and not understanding, but there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders that a lot of people would have folded a year or two ago. And I'm here, I'm still standing, I'm still strong, and I'm only 3 and some change into this game. And I remember Brian Danielson coming to me and telling me he didn't feel comfortable until 7 years into this. He was like, it took me 7 years to actually feel comfortable. And I'm not having spectacular matches. I'm feeling comfortable in ring. And you have to go that at that my first match ever was televised with Shaquille O'Neal and Cody Rhodes on national TV, and I had to do it. And that's my second match ever, 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 ever in life. No practice match, none of that. Second match ever, and it was on national TV with 2 powerhouses. So no one can tell me anything. If anything, I'm just blessed and I'm grateful to be in the position I'm in.
And finally, I have to ask you about you. You were recently shared a picture of Ricky Starks, and he's someone that everyone's talking about. And I once saw you walking around with Ricky Starks, and I could see that you two are like very good friends. What is it about him that has made you so close? And is he someone that you would like to be on the road with again and working with again?
I want whatever Ricky Starks wants. He's a star within himself. He's relentless. His work ethic is unmatched. He just is himself. Promo game is spectacular. He's my best friend in the industry. Like wherever I'm like, I don't, you have to come. Yeah. I like when I say you have to come, like if I have time off, I'm like, hey, come and train with me. We can make something out of it. Like you can come, we're gonna hang out, which he came and we hung out. And I was like, at that, we can make training a part of it as well. Why not? Just to get a feel and everything like that, because I come up with ideas with Ricky Starks. Um, I don't know, like we're just like this, like we just collide. We have great ideas, we have great fashion taste. We talk about everything under the sun. And he's in a good place right now. But I am on for whatever he's on. He's happy where he's at right now, and I'm happy for him.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today, Jade. It's been really great to get to speak to you.
Thank you.